Here, our third to last divisional round playoff game that we will have live streamed today. Eagles and Rams. Yeah, we're actually starting on time. Looks like we're starting a little bit before. As we mentioned, so we should be good for that. But yeah, we'll have the rest of the game. The second game, we can do the hockey broadcast during intermission, but for now, there's no hockey, so we'll do, I don't know, college basketball or something. I don't know, guys. It's time to cheer against the Eagles. I don't care who wins this game. But what's up, guys? Oh, by the way, if you guys want, there's actually a way on YouTube. Either if you want to do it for this game, if you want to do it for the Bills game later, for me to allow you guys to stream alongside me. Like it's like allow guests to live stream. So let me know if you want me to restart the stream and enable that capability for this stream, or if you want it enabled for the second stream, or if you don't care at all. Anyway, it'd be gearing up for kickoff. Let's get those NHL and NBA scores ready. For you, as I said, it's 2-1 Ottawa. I blacked out of that game. That's in the third. Do that later? Okay. If you want to come on, we'll do it for the next stream. Eagles, they're trying to go to the title game for the second time in 3 years. Rams are trying to go to the title game for the second time in 4 years. So both these teams have been there, and they'll host because of Washington's win, which they didn't think they would be able to host. But Philadelphia, this is not their final home game. And Los Angeles played a home game last week. This wouldn't be theirs if they win either. And it would be Eagles Commanders for the first time. Okay, I still have that game. In fact, maybe you guys could let me know. I'm thinking I got some generous gifts of like over $400 to what's it called? Amazon. So I've tried to get the NCAA 25. I can't because I only have Xbox One. I was thinking about getting Xbox Series X. I was like, that's going to be really expensive. I can afford it on... I can afford it in general, of course, but I can afford it on Amazon. So let me know what you guys think about possibly doing that. So there are a couple NBA games as well. There's one that starts to tip off in Miami, rematch of the 2013-2014 NBA Finals, Spurs and Heat. Then a couple of games later, none of which we're going to be able to call because we're blacked out. By the way, the only professional game I'll be able to call during commercials, for anybody wondering, that will be later in the second half for the Buffalo-Baltimore game, is Red Wings Stars. During intermissions here, I'll have to call college basketball, which is fine. The Michigan's playing and losing, so you guys will probably get a lot of entertainment out of that. But yes, we are ready to kick off. It is Los Angeles kicking off. They won the toss. They elected to defer. And we're underway in Philadelphia. It is returned at the 5, taken out to the 10, to the 15, and he slides at the 25. That's Rodgers. There is no snow, but the weather is not great. It was slippery, and Jalen Hurts comes onto the football field. He started last week against Green Bay, and he'll start against Los Angeles. Remember, the winner plays Washington. Hurts is under center for the first play from scrimmage in this divisional round game. Fakes the motion. Jalen Hurts scrambles. He's got Goddard. First down. Philadelphia. It's a bit of a rub route down the sideline, and the Eagles move the chains that quickly. If you're wondering, oh, no jersey, you'll see me wear a jersey in the next one. Not one of my teams is obviously going to be a unbiased stream. So if you guys have any comments, questions, you want to just talk about sports, let me know. Who are you playing as at Sports Y'all? I don't actually know your favorite team. Hurts is in the pistol. Hurts stands in, decent pocket. Throws over the middle, about a 5-yard gain, and that's it for the fifth-year veteran from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Devontae Smith. And a short gain for the Eagles. It's second and manageable for Philadelphia. And our opening drive. You're playing at NCAA 25. Yo, what do you think? Should I get Series X? I'm thinking about it. Handoff outside, Barkley. A decent run, and he's just short of the line to gain. It's back already. I see. You got to explain that to me because I tried to get CapCut today. It's one of my editing softwares and it's not letting me on. So I got to see what's going on with that. Or maybe the app is on and CapCut's not for whatever reason. Barkley pushes ahead for the first down. I think he's got it. And the Eagles should be in plus territory. Okay. Oh, that stinks. So that's going to be gone. See, that really stinks. It's a short catch by Barkley. I care much more about that than TikTok. So, okay. So I'll have to use Clipchamp and other softwares. That's highly annoying, but okay. It is what it is. Hurts in the gun. Read option. He'll call his own number. First down inside the 40. Catch the 35, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts, 42 yards, and the Eagles strike first. It's a zone read concept. Two linebackers and the nose tackle run into each other, and then everybody for the Rams just Keystone Cop. And Jalen Hurts goes pay dirt, a touchdown for Philadelphia. Jake Elliott's kick is no good. Wide right. He missed the extra point, and it's only 6-0 Eagles. So Jalen Hurts goes 42 yards, enlightening the Pennsylvania faithful, but Jake Elliott misses an extra point. It's 6-0 Philadelphia. All right. Let's update you guys. They still did not start that Spurs game yet. About 10 minutes left in the third period. 2-1 Ottawa. That game. We're trying to give you the Michigan basketball. Let's hope that is back. They're on commercial, I think.
Tethered to a power source.
Yeah, so. Okay. So they're about to start the second half in Chrysler Center. While we're broadcasting, we're going to do college basketball for this game while these are commercials. So, by the way, we're at Chrysler Center. It's Michigan and Northwestern. You want to do your funny jokes about my Wolverines, go ahead. But the good guys trail by 5 early in the second half to start. Oops it up and dunked home! For Michigan, Goger with the dunk. And they're within 3. So it's 35-32 Northwestern. Wolverines trying to come back in this game. Pivoting the 3, high 2, good for Northwestern. Pippen gives the ball up. We'll have it at the left corner along the elbow. Dribbles, turns around, crosses over, twists, and gets the layup to go. The Wolverines are within 3 again, 37-34. All right, back to the NFL. And we will have the other game as well, who will face Kansas City. And it's almost picked off by Philadelphia. A short slant. Darius Slay read that perfectly and almost not only picked it off, he probably would have ran it in for a Philadelphia touchdown. But Darius Slay jump cut the route, and he would have gone all the way for the Eagles. Who does Dallas hire as head coach? I don't even. Maybe what's his name? Offensive coordinator of the Lions, Ben Johnson. That could help them. Stafford in the gun on 3rd and 7. Ball is at the Los Angeles 36, and they're this close to a 3 and out. Stafford throws short, caught. Higbee, now they're saying incomplete. They're saying Higbee trapped it. I'd like to see the replay here. If it stands, Rams are going to have to punt. Stafford's staying on the field here. This is... Oh, that's a catch. That's a catch. Sean McVay should throw a challenge flag here. This is a catch. Is he related to Marty Schottenheimer? Trent, I would assume so. Sean McVay's going to challenge it. It's an early challenge. 10:59 remain in the first quarter, but I throw a challenge flag. Is that Trent? If you're watching the game, to me that's a catch. They are looking at it. They're going to go to a commercial, which means we will go back to Chrysler Center. Michigan with the basketball. Pivoting shotgun! Trey Donaldson again. And Michigan leads 38-37. Marnelli a shot. Good. For 3, and it's 40-38 Northwestern. Just a hair under 3 minutes played in the second half. First shot is good for Vlad. Vlad Golden. He had the big dunk. Vlad, another free throw. God! And Michigan's tied it. If you're going, what Michigan? What are you talking about? We are broadcasting college basketball right now during the commercial breaks. 17 minutes to go in the second half. 40-40 here in Chrysler. And a dumb reach-in foul by Roddy Gale Jr., the junior from Niagara Falls. Northwestern moving it around. A short jumper, no good. Rebound. We got it. Rebounded by Burnett. Nemari sends it over Vlad again. Vlad Golden with a mini hook. And it's 42-40 Michigan. Timeout Northwestern, and it's a perfect time to go to Philadelphia. Oh my, what a turn of events for the good guys. But we're back to Philadelphia. They challenged the play. I believe Los Angeles won the challenge. And they won the challenge. It is a first down for the Rams. So Los Angeles moves the chains. They are at the Eagle 45-yard line. 6-0 Eagles. Handoff up the gut. Good mashing run inside the 40 to the 33 of Philadelphia. As Kyron Williams, the young tailback, just runs right through the zone, a zone trap concept. And Los Angeles starting to look like Philadelphia did on the previous drive. They're starting to play some really strong football right now. Motion man comes, it's Nakua. Stafford under center. Stafford fakes the handoff, rolls out to the left, throws short to the knees of Higbee. It's second down, incomplete. So the Philadelphia defense, which they're announcing here in Philadelphia, let's see what they can do. Now, interestingly enough, the last time Philadelphia won the NFC, they didn't win the Super Bowl. Last time Los Angeles did, they did. And another quick thing, Joe Burrow, he is the third starter who in their first year of starting, but second year in the league, made it to the Super Bowl. I forgot about him. So Kaepernick, Brady, and Burrow. First down, Rams, Puka Nacua, and LA is in the red zone. But Daniels would be the first true rookie. The funny thing is that Kaepernick and Brady got in kind of the same deal. An injury to a former high-touted first overall pick, Heisman candidate, game manager turned fringe Pro Bowler got them in. But Burrow was going to be the guy and just got hurt in training camp his first year. But then this year, but then the next year went to the Super Bowl. So that was kind of a funny circumstance as Nakua makes the catch. Although I'll say this, another connection between the two is that Burrow and Brady, yeah, the Patriots had some success in the mid 90s, but Cincinnati and the Patriots, they had missed the playoffs by a wide margin the year before. Weren't sure if they would get into the playoffs. If they were going to get into the playoffs, they probably weren't going to compete. But then they get to the Super Bowl. Wow. Kaepernick, when he took over, 49ers had went to the NFC title game the previous season. And they had a lot of great players coming back. Throw to Nakua is incomplete. Philadelphia brought two guys there, led by Mitchell. Rams want flags. There's none. It's third down. And Nakua got knocked down. 3rd and 6, but the Rams, I mean, you might go for this, honestly, because just you've got a lot of momentum here. Stafford is going to pump. He is going to run, and he is going to just get enough for the first down. 1st and goal, Rams. Matt Stafford punches the ball over the marker. Now, again, the spot. The spot is strange here. They are marking this as a 4th down. What is the spot here? We saw this weirdness in Kansas City. Now, again, as we talked about, the referees, if they're going to lean towards a team, they're going to lean towards Philadelphia. It would help the ratings of Philadelphia, Washington, other than Washington and Los Angeles. But Kyron Williams gets 7 and a first down to the 6-yard line. Now it's 1st and goal, LA. Commanders fan told us that if the Rams win, there probably will be the NFC Championship game Sunday afternoon in SoFi. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Stafford, ball is at the 6. And remember, this team in the middle of the season was dead to rights. Looked like they were going to miss the playoffs. Division was either going to go to Arizona or Seattle. Both teams missed the postseason. Kyron Williams only gets 2 down at the 4. And it's 2nd and goal. Let's look at some score updates. 1:46 to go in the 3rd. Ottawa still has that 2-1 lead over the Devils. And then there's no other hockey game till 7 o'clock. So not till the next game that we'll do. And that'll be in Buffalo. In fact, kid that I worked with yesterday is going to be at that game. Stafford throws into the end zone, incomplete. Richardson wants flags. He was the intended receiver, but instead it's 3rd and goal. There's no flags on the field, and the Eagles are holding their own. Darius Slay has had a tremendous first quarter. Oh, my goodness. No, that's not a flag. That's just great coverage by Darius Slay. Let's check out the NBA scores for a second. Only 1 till 6 o'clock. San Antonio and Miami. 15-10 Spurs in South Beach right now. 3rd and goal from the 4. Stafford throws. Caught. Did he break the plane? Yes! Touchdown! Rams! LA ties it as Higbee just spun off of Gardner Jacobs to barely break the plane. Ooh, they might look at this. No, they're saying, yes, it is a touchdown. It is official. He did break the plane, and the extra point would give Los Angeles the lead, currently at 6-6. This kick is right down Broadway, and Los Angeles leads 7-6 against Philadelphia. Both scores go into the end zone, but it is the Rams with the lead. Okay, back to Chrysler. Northwestern has that 1-point lead. They kick it around. Possession of the basketball is Barnheiser from Lafayette, Indiana. Barnheiser needs to get it to go now. Hooks it up, a shot off the glass. Rebounded by the Wolverines. We go off the corner, give and go. No good. Trying to get that to go was Wolf. But here comes Northwestern the other way, and they score. Jalen Leach, the graduate senior, and looped up to Wolf. Wolf missed it, trying to get the ball. I don't know why they didn't call a foul. Northwestern leads by 3. They're trying to get it 2 for 1. Those new, wondering, what are you talking about? Northwestern, it is because we are in commercial, so instead of just sitting here, we're going to broadcast games. I don't have rights to the hockey games before 8 o'clock, so we're doing college basketball. My favorite team, Michigan, trailing by 3. 48-45 Northwestern. They're moving around the horn. Martinelli. Got to get it to go here. Martinelli spins, turns, twist, blocked. And a shot clock violation on Northwestern. Will have the basketball. And Vlad's going to go into the post. Boy, oh boy, this thing stays close. And we'll see. Jalen Leach has had 19 in this game. Substitutions coming on the court, I think, for us. Michigan to bring it up at half court. 12:50 to go in the second half. 48-45 Northwestern. Wolverines bring it aside. There's Nemeri. And a foul on Northwestern. Nemeri went up. He'll have 2 shots coming. And that's going to be it for that. We'll go back to that later. These college basketball games are usually long, so we'll go back to that after this. But we have Los Angeles kicking off. It is returned to the 33 by Gainwell. As they're checking out the scoring replay from Jalen Hurts and how he got the blocks from his offensive line. It is over in Essex County in Prudential Center. Ottawa beats the Devils 2-1. That is a bad loss, and it's good for Ottawa. They beat Boston last night in come from behind fashion, and they win it in a 1-goal game here. Barkley gets to 35. That's it. So that's it for hockey. I could keep NHL scores up there, but we're not going to look at it again until we get closer to 7 o'clock tonight. That's about 3.5 hours from now. 4:38 to go in the first quarter. 15-12 San Antonio lead against Miami. Still in the first quarter there, but in the first quarter here, it is 7-6. So we'll probably bring up the NCAA scores. We'll do that. We'll do that in a little bit. Hurts throws. Tipped incomplete. And looking for A.J. Brown was Jalen Hurts. and that is a sack. They got the Jalen Hurts. Young and Turner got there, and Philly is going to have to punt here, although there's a Ram limping a little bit. 5:25 and change to go in this first quarter. Philadelphia trailing 7-6, and they will have to punt the football to Los Angeles here. And we'll see what the Rams can do with the football. Who would have saw coming into this year if LA wins this game? Rams Commanders from LA, your NFC Championship game, because people will see possibly Ravens and Bills. A good return, and he ran to his own block, but down at the 34 of Los Angeles. Decent field positioning for Stafford and the Rams. 4:51 to go in the first. 7-6 LA. Hey, not as many games today as I thought for NCAA basketball. Let's bring that to you real quick. No, let's go back to Michigan. Northwestern. Well, we continue. Wait, they're on commercial, so perfect. So, by the way, right now, 12:50 to go in the second half in Indianapolis. Indianapolis University losing right now. It's 47-39 Cleveland State. 9:32 left in the second half. 55-54 UMass against LaSalle. The game that we're going to go to Northwestern Michigan. 6:37 to go in the first half in Charlotte. 27-14 Memphis. It's over in Hawaii. Hawaii beat Cal Baker 81-70. Men's basketball we're going over right now. 7:20 to go in the first half. Robert Morris 31-23 over Milwaukee. Michigan State beat Illinois 80-78 narrowly. Maryland beat Nebraska by 3, 69-66. Florida Atlantic beat Rice 75-73. Temple beat Tulane 80-77. And Youngstown State beat Green Bay 73-69. And the only game that's yet to play starts in 90 minutes in Baylor, 25th ranked Baylor hosting Texas Christian. And then, of course, the other game that we're doing, which is the Michigan game, which is back on. Perfect. We'll be back to the NFL soon. Northwestern inbound. They'll move, and Donaldson got the ball, but he got fouled. So we'll see what happens there. Hands it off, and that's going to be that for this game. Back to LA. It's second down after a short throw for Stafford. Sorry if I seem a little tired. I did a lot yesterday, and I was it's snowy and kind of dreary around here, so it kind of lulls me. But when the games get excitable, I get excited. And Williams doesn't get much. He's stopped behind the line. Oh, sorry that I just texted you. Or you still on? Just saw you. Yes. Yes, I know you're on. I know. I know. Yes, the Bills are. I have the Bills winning. Also, I'm doing that game, right, Trent? Because I go over so many different things. I don't know if you knew or not. Okay. All right. Stafford in the gun, 3rd and 3. Stafford stands in. He's pressured. Stafford is sacked. Philadelphia got there. Standing up, they got there. And the Rams are going to have to punt up by 1. By the way, if you missed it, Trent, we were going over the college basketball scores since I told you to get into hockey right now or NBA. By the way, the Ottawa did beat the Devils, and there's actually not a lot of college basketball games on right now. We were debriefing some of them as we will broadcast them through commercials, starting with the Michigan game, and also once we're done with that, we'll figure that along as well. Right after this punt, we'll give you an update in the NBA. Here is a deep one. It is taken by Philadelphia at the 18-yard line with 2:41 to go in the first quarter. 1:44 to go in the first, 27-18 Spurs. All right, back to Chrysler. Martinelli was fouled. Martinelli is the small forward for Northwestern. They lead by 2. No, excuse me. Martinelli was the one who fouled Danny Wolf, the power forward for Michigan, our guy. Danny Wolf's a big-time scorer. Danny at the charity stripe. First shot. Good! Second will tie it. Wow. I knew he was hurt. I didn't know he tore his ACL. That was last night. Remember, we had that. And we talked about there was a guard shaken up. I didn't know that's what the extent of the injury. Danny has his second free throw. Hopefully he gets better. Danny has his second free throw coming. No good. Rebounded by Northwestern. They lead 52-51. And by the way, they immediately got back to Philly. So we're back there with them. Jalen Hurts stands in. Jalen. He's going to loft one down the field. A single coverage. Oh, what a massive hit. Devontae Smith dropped the football because he got walloped. And a flag's down either for pass interference or unnecessary roughness. Either are going to hurt Los Angeles. It is unnecessary roughness. I will say this, that's actually good for the Rams. Here's the reason why that's good for the Rams. And yeah, I know you're like, what? How's that unnecessary roughness? It's a great hit, but in today's game, they don't want that. That's good for the Rams. The reason why is unnecessary roughness is a 15-yard penalty. I don't think 15 yards from the spot. Or maybe it is. If it's 15 yards from the spot, then it doesn't matter. But if it's just 15 yards, then that's good because PI is a spot foul. No, it's a great hit, but just in today's game, that's just not legal. Yes, so that's a 15-yard penalty. So that's actually good because it's not a spot foul. So that's the one good thing for him. Read option, Hurts again. He's going to slide before the line of scrimmage. Then he gets hit, and Hurts wants a flag like Mahomes did last night. There was a whole conferral about that. I'm not even going to get into it. And the other D tackle is limping a little bit for Los Angeles. That's Fiske. I don't know. Probably goes to the Dodgers. I don't know. Again, we'll be streaming another game later, starting at 6:30, the final divisional round game. For those wondering, we're streaming hockey. We'll probably get to doing that after the NFL season is over, closer to the playoffs. I'll let you know I'm working hard too, though. A short pass caught by Goddard down the boundary. He's out of bounds, and it makes it 3rd and short for Philadelphia. By the way, when we were doing our score updates, for anyone wondering, the game with the least amount of time left, that's LaSalle and UMass. UMass leads by 3. Up the gut, it's Saquon Barkley. Midfield, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown for the former Nittany Lion. 12-7, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, a 3-play, 83-yard drive, and the Eagles jump back out in front. Well, this is funny. This is not bad run defense by LA, but they just don't get off their blocks. You have one safety, so over the top is wide open, but instead they go for an outside zone run, and that side, when it got blocked off a sweep, LA has been burned to that twice in this quarter, and Saquon Barkley gets it going. A touchdown, the extra point is right down Broadway, and the lead is 13-7 Philadelphia. LA's getting the ball back. All right, back to Chrysler. And we have a technical free throws coming. Something must have happened with Northwestern. Technical free throws for Vlad. He hits the first. The second put us within 3. We lost our first Big Ten game this year in excruciating fashion off of a logo 3 against Minnesota. Vlad hits the second. Michigan's down by 1 now, 54-53, and we're getting the ball. 9:23 to go in the game. To the corner. Trey's got it. Trey looking for the screen. Trey feeds it back to Namari Burnett. Namari over to Vlad. Vlad is fouled. And because we're in the bonus already, Vlad's going to get free throws. 1-on-1. Bonus plus, it'll be 2. So Berry gets called for the foul. We have 4. They have 7. I think 5 I know in high school is to get to the bonus. I think it's 6 in college. I'm not positive. Yes, because Northwestern has 7, and we're not in bonus plus yet. So I think 6. I think it's 6 to get to 1-1 to get to 1-1, and I think either 8 or 9 to get to bonus plus. Not sure. Vlad has had 22 points. He's tied the game, and he can give Michigan the lead. Oh, I'll explain bonus in a second. And the second hit, bonus means you have more than 5 fouls. So they can cost you yards in football. They can cost you got the basketball and cost you a penalty box in hockey. So they want to cost you a real penalty. So basically, if you have over 5, even if you're just reaching into the guy, if you're in the bonus, you can get free throws. A 1-for-1, meaning if you miss, then you miss. If you make, then you make. Then you have a second. But if it's more than 8 or 9, then it's bonus plus, as Northwestern makes the layup. And then you can have 2 free throws for even a common foul for the rest of the quarter or the half. That's how bonus works. Does that make sense? Basically meaning that you could dribble into traffic, not even shoot the ball, and cause just a random foul and have a chance to get free points. Basically like deking, as Kyron Williams is nowhere to go, basically like deking through sticks high to just try to get interference calls to go up 5-on-3s constantly. It's a broken rule if you play it right. Wow, Michigan just took the lead as well. This is a fantastic game. Yeah. Yes. And then the idea is it stops the clock, and if you get misses, you can rebound and set a play. But then if you make them, then you're in the same position, right? I had to deal with that as a player as well, dribbling around everybody. Back to football. He's got a man. Richardson stole the football from the safety. First down, Rams. What a throw by Matt Stafford. And the snow is falling down in Pennsylvania as it is here in New Jersey. What a throw by Stafford. And Stafford, he's a South Georgia kid. He went to UGA, but he played in Detroit. He's played in the snow. He knows this type of weather. And it was almost a pick, but Richardson stole it from the safety, Rogers. I don't know how much we got here. I'm about, as I mentioned to you earlier, I'm about an hour 20 east of you. So it's probably a little less, but still, we got a bunch. All right, they're going to commercial for a break. I think it might be the end of the first quarter. I'm not sure. Northwestern moving the ball. They trail by 1. Blocked! Blocked by Vlad. Danny's got it. Danny Wolf. He's going to bring it up. The big center, Vlad Goldvin. Vlad the pick and roll back to Danny. The two big European guys get it done. Vlad! Layup no good. Blocked. No foul. Rebound Northwestern. Just a hair over 7 minutes to play in the ball game. 57-56. Good guys. The number 20th team in the country, Michigan against Northwestern. A deep 3 for Northwestern is off the glass, no good. We'll bring it out. Here's Reuben Jones, the graduate guard from Houston. Brought it to Mary Barrett again. Barrett Jones. Right back out to Danny, top of the key. Danny fakes the pick and roll. Back out to Jones. Jones, Mary Barrett for 3. Off the rim, no good. Popped up in the air. Vlad battling for it. Northwestern comes away with the basketball. They'll push. From the left corner. In comes Ben Hinzer. That no good. Rebound, no good, but the foul, shooting foul, as going up for it was the 7-foot graduate center from Clarkston, Michigan, Matt Nicholson for Northwestern. He'll have 2 shots, 6:17 left in the game. So they are break as well. All right, we're back in Philly in what, with an Eagle win, will not be the final game in Philadelphia, as it will be next week against the Washington Commanders in the NFC Championship game. Excuse me, Eagles played Commanders in 91. It was 87 where the Commanders played the Rams. That throws to the foot. It's incomplete. We have a flag, and there's a lot of snow coming down here early in the second quarter in Philadelphia. It's a hold, and it's on the Rams. And Philly's going to accept that, even though it makes them replay the first down. Handoff, it's Kyron. Kyron jumps off tackle. Kyron is down at the 19. It's still second and long for LA, though. Early in the second quarter, remember, Los Angeles is getting the football to start the second half. 2nd and 11 for the Rams. After this play, we'll give you an NBA update. Short throw caught. Cooper Kupp just short of the marker, and it's 3rd and 1. NBA update, it's that one game because the next NBA game doesn't start till 6. San Antonio, Miami from South Beach. It's 39-32 Spurs. There is 3:51 in the second half of that game in Massachusetts. UMass now surging by LaSalle. It's 70-58 there. They are at halftime in Charlotte. It's all Memphis. Third and 2. Officially, Williams is stopped at the line of scrimmage. So it's 4th down. The field goal unit, well, I don't know if you bring the field goal unit. In this snow, in this flurry, would you bring the kicker or would you go for it here? There's a conversation. A field goal puts the Rams within 3. It would be 13-10 Los Angeles, but there are some questions to be had for sure. They bring the kicker on. 30-yard field goal attempt. And remember, Elliott, without the snow, already missed an extra point from closer. Kick. Oh, he pushed this thing, but it is right down Broadway. 13-10 Eagles. It's only a 3-point game. 12:47 to go in the second. Philadelphia leads by 3. And they're getting the ball back. All right. Danny has some free throws back to Michigan. Danny Wolf. He's got only 4 points in this game. Michigan 58, Wolverines 58, Northwestern 57. Free throw no good. Northwestern comes away with it. Go ahead. Top of the key. It's Barnheiser. No idea. No clue. Barnheiser waits, fakes, fadeaway, rolls in. A 2 that goes for Northwestern. They lead again. Vlad is going to the basket. Danny looks for the pick and roll. Vlad sets the screen, looking for a blind pig. There's Vlad. Vlad trying to back down the big 7-footer from Michigan for Northwestern, from the state of Michigan. Vlad for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Northwestern again. 5 minutes to go in the game. Northwestern 59, Good Guys 58. Barnheiser again, guarded by Danny Wolf. Barnheiser tries to drive on Danny. Pumps, fadeaway is good. And their lead is 3, and he has 13 points in the game. In comes Trey Donaldson. Trey dribbling it up. Sends up for Jones. Back out to Vlad. Vlad tries to get the contact and one! Vlad rolls it in, and he is going to get a free throw coming to tie the game with an old school 3-pointer. Vlad just pumped, tucked it under the basket, and rolled it in. Vlad's free throw. Good. Tie game, 4:37 to go. Wow. We'll bookmark that. Crazy finish. Unfortunately, it can't just be a blowout. The funny thing is, if you also were back in Philadelphia, but if you've paid attention to Michigan, all these games have been nuts. Everything has been a barn burner. A good return for Philadelphia, still on his feet, crossing the 40 and pushed down to about the 43 of Philadelphia. Good field position for the Eagles. They're set up by the good return, leading by 3, 13-10. Here's the thing with the Rams here. The Rams, to be honest with you, have done a good job of either limiting Philadelphia or when Philadelphia goes down and scores, they've been quick drives. The Eagles haven't really punched a lot of clock, and the Rams have used a lot of clock. So I'll tell you this, if the Rams are within a possession, a single possession, in the final possession of the game, I think they're going to have a great chance to move on to the NFC Championship game. Because the Eagles have not shown me that they can pull lengthy drives. Barkley switched up and gets maybe a yard. 12:20 and change to go in the second quarter. 13-10 Philadelphia. It's about all over but the shouting between UMass and LaSalle. The lead is 22 for the Minutemen with a minute 14 left, but we'll announce when that goes final. And we'll also probably look at some of the NC women's scores as well. I don't think there's hockey today, but I will look. College hockey. Here's Jalen Hurts. He's going to slide past midfield, and they're in plus territory. It's third and very short. Third and 3, and A.J. Brown makes the catch, and the Eagles are past midfield. What a throw, a slant, crossing up the middle for A.J. Brown. Yeah, so we got a couple of results here. So Kansas State, 11th ranked Kansas State, this is women's basketball, beat Arizona State 81-69. NC State beat Virginia 73-68. We'll talk about some of those later. A good run again by Jalen Hurts. It is going to be second and very short. USC, who's 17-1, a 73-66 win over Indiana. Missouri State 73-57 over Indiana State. Louisiana State, LSU, 5th ranked team, 80-63 over Florida. UConn ripped Seton Hall 96-36. Penn State upset Ohio State. How about that? 62-59. We'll talk about the others in a little bit. Barkley gets the first down on an inside zone run for the Eagles, and this is starting to be a long, lengthy drive, which is what Philly needs. Kentucky beat Georgia 78-64. UNC North Carolina beat Pittsburgh 75-58. There's not a lot of upsets usually in women's basketball, but occasionally. 74-49 Duke. 89-65 Georgia Tech. Here is an inside zone run for Barkley. He crosses the 30 out to the 29-yard line of Los Angeles. 67-55 Cal over Wake Forest. 82-68 West Virginia. 77-64 Duquesne over Rhode Island. 92-51 Boston College over Syracuse. I promise we're almost done with these scores. 70-51 Elon over Hofstra. 80-77 UMC Wilmington beat Monmouth in overtime. Here is Hurts. Hurts stands in. Jalen Hurts throws the corner route incomplete just over the head of A.J. Brown. It's 3rd and 8. William & Mary 74-66 over Northeastern. Richmond 75-42 over VCU. 88-66 Florida State in the Battle of Sunshine State over Miami. Hofstra. Yes, that's the actual score. North Carolina AT&T with a win over Stony Brook 79-46. And finally Campbell 75-54 over Delaware. Woo! There's a couple games going on right now as well. Because those are games we could do a commercial. That's why I'm mentioning these. NBA update coming right after this play. 3rd and 8. Here is Hurts. Hurts gets away from it. Hurts is hurt. He's set. Well, he's not actually hurt. But he's hurt in that way. He's sacked. And Verse, who scored a touchdown against Minnesota last week, may have put the Eagles out of field goal range. at least in this weather. Okay, the score update is 43-41 Heat, 238 to go in the first half. Eagles are going to punt it, and they're going to get a lot out of this punt. It falls at the 7. Jenkins touches it, and the Rams are going to have to drive the length of the field. But 8:14 to go in the second. The defense is getting it done. Philadelphia 13, Los Angeles 10. Rams getting the football on their own 7. From their own 7. All right, back to Michigan basketball. (63-63), a minute 45 to go in the game, and they're looking for the big 7-footer. Northwestern with the basketball. Pull up for 3. No good. Rebounded by the Wolverines. Got to use the clock to your advantage here. Roddy Gale has the ball. Roddy, another Niagara Falls guy. And Coach May is going to call a timeout with 90 seconds left. Let's see what the play is that we're going to draw up here. A minute 30 to go. 63 all. Let's see any other NC. Are there any men's final scores here? UMass has beaten LaSalle 82-60. That is the one other final score. Martinelli had the game-winning shot on Thursday against Maryland, who was bridging on being a ranked team. And there's another game with not a lot of time left, which is Cleveland State and Indiana University. I heard about that. It was crazy. Vanderbilt's going to get some big upsets. But Cleveland State's up by 11. I think there are some women's games that may have just gone final. No. But soon. There's a crazy game going on there, but Michigan going to look for a big shot here. We have 2 more timeouts. So does Northwestern. Here's Danny driving pick and roll to the corner. And he says up to Trey. Danny lost the basketball. Northwestern picks it up. They can call a timeout if they want. A minute to go in the second half. Their big star once again, Barnhizer. Barnhizer and Martinelli, their top 2 guys. Barnhizer is going to dribble with the basketball. 50 seconds to go. 10 in the shot clock. Barnhizer, crossover, waits, step back jumper. No good. Off the rim. Rebounded by Roddy Gale. We don't call a timeout. Roddy with the ball. 35 seconds to go in the game. Roddy spins. Roddy! Layup is good! Roddy Gale. 34.8 to go. Timeout Northwestern. 65-63 Michigan. Oh, my lordy. Oh, my lordy. Wow, I got to check into that game in a second. But we're back to Philadelphia, and it's second down. Rams ran a short slant pattern. No, but I saw him a couple of times. They're calling a timeout. Hi, Commanders fan. We're doing college basketball during commercials for now and for the first half of the last game. We'll do the Rams game the Bills game. As they went a flea flicker screen at Higbee, and he is out to the 35 to left the ball. Ball still on the turf. Rams recover it back at the 30. They say it was down anyway, so it'll be a first down at the 35 instead of being back to the 30. Oh, I didn't know that. It's interesting. But I'm a Michigan fan. But we're going to do the Bills game later, and I will also have college basketball if there is any games. Oh, actually, I think there'll be women's games. Doing those at commercial until the second half, then that'll be the Red Wings game. Stafford is going to launch this ball to Richardson, incomplete. Was that Witherspoon? It was batted down, and it's second down with 6:40 to go in the third. No, Commanders fan, it's a joke. I don't. Michigan lost to UCLA, if you remember, in the Elite Eight. I'm not a UCLA fan. I don't like them. I'm a Michigan fan. I like Michigan and Rutgers. Michigan first, though. And there was a stream where they lost in the Elite Eight, and I was not happy with Michigan's effort from the charity stripe. It is short. The pass over the middle, 9 yards on the pass by Stafford. By the way, let's get some of those women's score updates for you that went final. Drexel, with 2 seconds left, got the eventual winner, 59-58 over Hampton. Huge win for the Dragons. Valparaiso beat Bradley, 59-52. Still time in the third quarter, South Carolina and Oklahoma. Still time there. Any other finals? None, but Stafford is sacked on third down, and it is a punt coming. We'll give you the score updates of games that are currently going on right now, though, in women's. 7:33 to go in the third, 54-29 South Carolina, 8:57 in the third, Tennessee down by... Vanderbilt's beating number 15th Tennessee in women's right now, Trent. 8:57 in the third quarter. Vanderbilt has a 37-30 lead over Tennessee, who's only lost 2 games. How about that? Crazy. Still another quarter to go, but that's nuts. And Philadelphia muffs the punt, but they do recover it at the 9. Also 39-48 Illinois. They might be having an upset here. And 40-41 Michigan State against Illinois. Minnesota trails 55-48 against Northwestern, 4:32 to go in the third, 8:02 in the third, 46-30. We'll do updates later because the Michigan game, if it's still going on, we got to get to this. I don't know if it still is, though. What are they reviewing here? Okay, we're going to overtime. I don't know what they're reviewing here, but they are going to overtime. Okay, so Northwestern tied it. We're going to overtime in Michigan. I don't know what on earth they're reviewing. The shot no good. Oh, they're reviewing if the ball went out of bounds with time on the clock. Would have been 0.2. That's what we're reviewing here. If it is 0.2, then we'll have a maybe catch and shoot with a chance to win the game, but 0.2 is hard. They're also reviewing to see if it went off of us, because if they went off of us, then basically we're going to overtime. Hold on 1 second. I'll be back.
On the clock. I mean, I could see 0.2 maybe. I think that's generous. Interesting thing about this is a team like Michigan, you got Danny Wolf, you got Black Gold, even 0.1, you can throw it at the rim and see what happens. They've said that is it. Overtime, no time left on the clock, and we go to overtime again for these two teams. Extra basketball on the Big Ten Network.
I don't know why that excites you, that joke, so much. All right, we'll take some time now to continue these. Well, we're not going to really do the score updates with all the women's games because they're still in the third quarter and they're kind of winding down. But they did tip the ball off between Wyoming and University of Nevada, Las Vegas. How about the NBA scores? Let's take a look here. It is halftime in Miami, 46-41 Heat. Oh, if you think that call's good, you know what you got to see? Trent, you got to hear my work. I actually got to do a buzzer beater call for work last year. You look up Pope John versus Chatham hockey. Chatham is spelled Chatham. Look that up from last year from my company. I broadcasted that there was like a buzzer beating goal in that, and I almost lost my voice. It was cool to do at an actual game for pay. That was kind of fun. 2nd and 8, Hurts in the gun, and we have a flag, and I think it might be on a false start here. We do have a final in men's basketball as well. If I could find it. I just saw it. Yes, Cleveland State beat Indiana University. So they're into the second half with Memphis and Charlotte, as well as Robert Morris and Milwaukee, too. Here is the outside zone run, which goes nowhere for Barkley, and he busted up. And it is 3rd down. 3rd and 14 for the Eagles. .340 and change to go in the second quarter. All 3 timeouts for both teams. 2-minute warning coming. Remember, the Rams get the football to start the second half. Hurts is in his own end zone. He throws the screen to Barkley. Barkley gets out of the end zone. He crosses the 10 to the 15 to the 20, and he gets to the 23, and it's a first down for Philadelphia. Not only did he get out of the end zone, but he gives the Eagles a fresh set of downs, as it looked like they were going to have to punt. And Los Angeles dialed up some edge pressure. By the way, we're about just a little over 2 hours before big kickoff in Buffalo. Here is Hurts throwing the screen. Gainwell breaks a tackle. Stiff arm. He's shoved out of bounds close to the line to gain. And now they are moving the football here. No, because how would that have affected anything? I said, Barkley, look at the numbers he put up. Okay, so he puts up less numbers, and then he misses the postseason. And then he probably goes in free agency next year. It wouldn't have, or maybe they would have traded him at the deadline. It wouldn't have made sense. It would not have made sense. It's Smith with a good gain, and he gets close to the marker again. I thought about it, but it just kind of came out of nowhere. You have to also remember is that I was biased towards the Wild. I can't be biased towards either of those two schools. I did. A hook back to Michigan. Another thing, I actually had flashbacks, not of my own call, but of the Tyler Johnson buzzer beater against Montreal in the playoffs. That's what I kept thinking about. Michigan has kind of stormed back. They have the lead here in overtime. Big 7-footer going up for the basket, and a foul being called on Vlad. It is 71-67, Michigan. 2:26 to go in overtime. Northwestern trailing by 4. .226 to go in overtime. we'll see what their big man can do at the free throw line. Matt Nicholson. Matthew Nicholson, the first shot, good. So they are now within 3. 71-68 Michigan. Northwestern is 11-6. They have been giant killers. They beat Maryland at the buzzer. We lost at the buzzer. We're in overtime here, up by 3. Dre, the three-point line. He's going to go to the free throw line, and he threw it off of a Northwestern guard. We're going to keep possession with 8 seconds left in the shot clock, 2:05 in overtime. By the way, they are at the 2-minute warning in Philadelphia. Philadelphia is driving up 13-10. Bounce pass. Vlad spins. He stepped out of bounds. Oh, my goodness. Vlad just stepped out of bounds on the baseline. If you're wondering what the 2-minute warning commercial, so we're doing broadcasted basketball. And the shot is no good, and a foul on us. We're back to Philadelphia. I'll monitor this game as Smith is taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Philadelphia up by 3. They're kicking off to start the second half. The winner gets Washington in the NFC Championship game. Washington, their first appearance in 33 years in the NFC title game. Philadelphia made the NFC title game 2 years ago. Los Angeles made the NFC title game 3 years ago. And Hurts is knocked out of bounds. He gets the first down for the Eagles. You'd rather play the Eagles? So the Rams have, I know, the LA Fires, and they have that emotional side going, and they're a hot team. I get it. But the Commanders, even in the game they won, they struggled on all facets against the Eagles. In fact, if you looked at the games, including the Giants wins, the Commanders were real good against pretty much any team in the NFL. The funny thing was the teams that they were kind of had a bugaboo against, which means like seeing ghosts, was they were seeing ghosts against all the NFC East teams. You could say, we swept the Giants. You did sweep us, but the first game, they played terrible, and the Giants had every chance to win. In the second game, the Giants played a really good game, and they had several chances to get back at it. Then against Dallas, the win, you won at the last second, and A.J. Brown makes the catch, but he dropped it. He was pushed out. It's incomplete, and it's 3rd and 1. And then the first loss against the Cowboys, you fell apart in the first quarter. Then the first loss against in the second half. The first loss against Philadelphia, you never were in the game. And then the win against Philadelphia, Hurts got hurt, and it took every bit of luck for Washington to beat Philadelphia. I get it, because they played SoFi, right? But so Washington has been chasing ghosts against NFC East teams, and Philadelphia's played them the best out of any team in the NFL. So, as they call a timeout on a pivotal 3rd and 1, if I were the Commanders, I'd probably want to play the Rams, because you could play offense with the Rams, and you can also get to the quarterback. I think, and you can deal with screens and fast tailbacks a lot better. They deal with speed a lot better than size, Washington. So I think Washington would fare better with it against LA than Philadelphia. We're not in the fourth quarter in any of those games in women's basketball, so I'm not really going to give you updates on that yet. I will give you a final update on Michigan, although I kind of want to go to that during commercial if we get there, and the Eagles do get the first down. Saquon Barkley surging up the middle. We're going to have plenty of time because there's 40 seconds and change in this half, and this overtime is really getting dramatic. Yeah, I figured that, Trent. I figured that was satire, right? They're already in the third quarter as well in Miami, 46-41 Heat, as Barkley is stuffed behind the line of scrimmage, and there's going to be a big third down. 30 seconds to go in the first half. For the Philadelphia Eagles. We're going to, after the Michigan game, we're going to go to one of the men's games because I realized that, there's a 5 o'clock game. There's one 5 o'clock game coming up for men. And there's two more. There's 2 5s for women's and a 6. So that'd be perfect to do for the 6:30 Bills game. The Rams get right to the quarterback. Jalen Hurts loses the football. LA is trying to go scoop it up. It is recovered by Philadelphia. And LA can use a timeout if they like, as Gainwell recovers it. They're not. Now, they're getting the ball to start the second half, but I guess you don't want this high-octane Philadelphia offense to do anything. So that thing's going to do it for the half. It will, unless a timeout is called. It's called with 3 seconds left. So Philadelphia's not in field goal range to my knowledge, right? Are they going to send Elliott here? No way. Unless they're calling this an incomplete pass. No, it's a fumble. So why would they try something here? They're going to do a Hail Mary? Because Elliott technically has this range, but in the snow with the way he's played, I wouldn't take the vouch here. Fumble, yeah, was recovered by Philadelphia. I don't know what they want to do here. They're going to go for Hail Mary. All right, Hail Mary. From just past midfield, 3 seconds left. Yeah, I do like him. They're going to tush-push all the way. If you could block the interior linebacker, to be honest, it's not a bad play. If you can convoy block, a tush-push sweep, so not up the middle, but pushing him outside, is not a bad play. Saquon Barkley is getting his wrist looked at right now, guys. So that's something intriguing. And I can tell you we are definitely going to have time in overtime with Northwestern and Michigan because both teams are in the bonus plus and Northwestern has to foul. So, but we'll get to that. But first, we got a Hail Mary for Philadelphia. Goddard comes in motion. He checks into the slot. Hurts waits here. He would love LA to get offside. Now he snaps the football. No time left on the clock. Jalen Hurts is going to step up. He's going to swivel. He is going to get sacked. And thankfully for him, he didn't lose the football. It's Urs again. Verse. And that ends the half. The Rams have played a fantastic defensive half. Philadelphia does have the lead, but only by 3 going into the second half. Rams are going to get the football, and they will go to the half. So we'll go to basketball for the half right now. College basketball. No, I don't know. Even the fathers again. The free throw is good. And it is a timeout. taken by Michigan. By Northwestern, 75-71 Michigan. Oh, is it Sonka? Or no, Greasy, right? Right? Isn't it Greasy? Bob Greasy? Because I remember hearing about how his father was a coach and this, that. Oh, he's Don Shula's. Oh, he's Don Shula's grandson. You said he was on the undefeated team Miami, so I was wondering if it was a player, not. I didn't know it was Shula's. Oh, is it Mike Shula? Yeah, okay. Yeah, Don Shula. Because I was thinking because I think Mike Greasy, who was the quarterback, I think or Dan Greasy, I forget his first name. I think his son or his grandson or something is a quality control coach. But Don Shula, is he still the winningest coach of all time? Or did Belichick get that? I will look at that in a second. Martinelli's going to inbound where Northwestern trails by 4. 3 on its way off the rim, no good. Rebounding Barnheiser, and he does not get it to go, but he gets fouled. 2 shots coming. The problem with that, though, for them is they're going to need probably 1 to miss, right? Because unless you want to, you're fine with the trap. They do have another timeout. We do as well. 19.5 left. It is still Shula? It is still? Okay. Oh, no. Namari fouled out. So if somehow this goes to double overtime, he cannot play. So what will likely happen, I would assume, is if he makes both, Coach May is going to call a timeout. First, good. For Barnheiser. They are within 3. And both teams in the bonus. The good thing is that the possession arrow favors us. So if there's a jump ball, we get it. Rebound, Vlad. Vlad is fouled with 18 seconds left. And Michigan leading by 3. And if he gets 2 shots, if he gets both to fall, it will make this a 2-possession game. What are they reviewing? What are they reviewing here? They are reviewing a foul assessed to Blake Smith, the junior from Bluebell, Pennsylvania, playing for Northwestern. So what Smith is arguing is that Vlad was just boxing out, but he got hit a little bit in the elbow. I think this is going to stand a foul. And come on. And Barnheiser's grabbing his elbow. It's got to be a foul. Got to be a foul on Northwestern. Oh, so Smith is now arguing that Vlad, that's a lane violation because it was a free throw shot, that he went off of his spot under the basket too early. I think we're nitpicking. Let's give you some updates on those other 2 NCAA men's games. 11:53 to go in the second. Still Memphis over Charlotte, 57-43. 11:44 in the second. 55-46. Robert Morris still beating Milwaukee. And we're about 32 minutes away from tip-off between Baylor and who was that other team? There's another Texan team. Texas Christian, TCU. Am I old enough to remember? No, not as a coach. I think he retired about 2 to 3 years before I was born. But I know the history. The championships. Although, Don Shula, he only won, was it 2 championships? Yeah, 2 Super Bowls. Although did get his team to 4 all time. In fact, all Dolphin Super Bowl appearances were coached by Don Shula, but it's not that. It's being able to win with every sort of offense, every sort of defense, every sort of personnel, being a competitive team year in, year out, being great against the game's greatest players in every decade. That only Belichick has been able to do it in that way. I guess Parcells, but he didn't, as longevity as he had, the longevity of a guy like Belichick and Shula is unmatched. And also, Belichick tries to use the same type of offenses. Very similar, like dink and dunk West Coast offense with a wing. So it's going to be tech free throws. Vlad will get 2, and then Northwestern will get 2 in a ball. I don't understand that at all. But Shula, he had the Miami offense that won in 72 as Vlad misses the second. And that Miami offense ran the wing tee. And then he went over with, Marino and who are those two receivers? Cooper and Clayton. And they ran the run and shoot. So, and they got to a Super Bowl with those teams. And they ran the veer in the first Super Bowl he went to. And then in the one against Washington where they lost, they ran the West Coast. So, he got his teams to Super Bowls running veer, wing tee, West Coast, and run and shoot. And 4 different defenses. That's unheard of. Anyway, back to Michigan. Northwestern with the basketball down by 3, and they call a timeout. Actually, no, they don't call a timeout. We're being called for a reach and foul. Oh, I see what Michigan is doing. This is smart here. Michigan is not going to allow Northwestern to try a 3-pointer here. The idea is foul them immediately. If they get 2, you hold the ball. You got to hit your free throws. And Barnheiser misses his first. Now the best he can do is be within 2. So this is a free throw game right now. Belichick is 5 or 6. He has 8 championships. 2 as a defensive coordinator with the Giants and 6 as a head coach of the New England Patriots. He also went to... I'm trying to remember how many Super Bowls he went to in general. I think it might be 12. As they do a zone trap on Michigan, thrown high, and Wolf gets it, but a foul. How do I know so much? I do a lot of research. Wait, I want to actually remember how many Super Bowls he's been to. Because you have the 6 that he won. Then they lost 2 to the Giants. And then 1 to Philly. So that's 9. Yeah. Right, so that's 9, 12. So so Belichick is coached as an assistant or head coach in 12. So let's look at it this way. So far, we haven't played 59 yet. There are 58 Super Bowls. Belichick coached as a coordinator or a head coach in 12 of them. They call a timeout. So basically, 5% of all Super Bowls that have ever been played in the history of the NFL and this is a percentage. That's how big it is. 5% of all Super Bowls ever played in the NFL had Bill Belichick on the coaching staff in one of the games. How insane is that? Trap, they foul, because it's Jones trying to feed the or 20%? No, 58 minus divided by 12. I don't know. I don't know math. But anyway, it's a big amount. That's crazy. In fact, to make it even more insane, wait a second. Free throw good for Jones. Good. New England has been to 10 9 Super Bowls?
Not a great trait for a broadcaster.
As the free throw is good. New England has gone to 11 Super Bowls in their history. 10 of the 11, Bill Belichick was on the coaching staff for. As with 7.3 to go, Northwestern is arguing about something here. We lead by 4, 78-74. They're reviewing the possession. Okay, see, I'm terrible. But you're right. It is it's still 20%. Isn't that insane? 20%. 1/5 of all Super Bowls ever played, Bill Belichick was on the coaching staff for. And 10 of 11 of the Super Bowls New England's ever been to, he was on a coaching staff for as well. And to make it even more full circle, the team that beat New England in the Super Bowl, in the one Super Bowl Belichick wasn't a part of, he was a coordinator for the Giants, and the team that beat them was the Chicago Bears, and the Chicago Bears beat his Giants earlier in that playoff year. And Bill Belichick went to the Super Bowl the season after, in the 1 year where he wasn't involved with the New England Super Bowl appearance. How crazy is that? But he doesn't have the wins of Shula, because Shula just, and you have to realize Shula also had, oh, that's right, I forgot, he also was a member of the NFL championship teams with the Baltimore Colts. That's another thing we forgot about. Yeah, I think he'll be a good one. I think he'll be a good college coach. It's batted by Vlad, and it goes off the baseline, and Northwestern keeps possession. 7 seconds to go in overtime. Northwestern trail by 4, and another foul on Michigan. I guess you're just trying to rob of Northwestern's ability to get shots here. So another free throw coming. No, he's old, but look, Shula was the same way. Well, not my grandparent. Not mine, but I'm also older than you guys, so. Well, actually, I don't know how old you are, so I'm not sure. It's amazing. They're about to start the second half. We are still in this overtime. And he hits another free throw. This is Barnheiser. 7 seconds remaining in overtime. Barnheiser, this would put them within 2. He gets it. If you want to call a timeout, we can. What are they waiting on? Well, actually, they can. We can't. We don't have a timeout. 78-76. Northwestern wants to sub guys out. Here, they are having a conversation. We're going to probably miss the end of overtime. But anyway, back to Philly. The throw to Cup is incomplete. As Stafford found Cup running a drag route down the boundary and just missed him. 4:07 to go in the third, by the way. Miami's starting to run away with it against San Antonio, 79-55. .803 in the second. Memphis also up by 18, running through Charlotte, and 8:47 to go in the second. Milwaukee has come back a little bit against Robert Morris. They only trail by 2. Kyron Williams has nowhere to go. He's stacked up at the line. By the way, for those still intrigued in the Michigan game, they are shooting free throws again. There's about 5 seconds left in overtime. This game is really drawn on. Stafford in the gun. Stafford goes over to the center. It's 3rd and 8. Stafford takes the snap. Good protection. Stafford throws short. Caught by Higbee. No, the other tight end. But he is short of the line to gain. Way short by about 5 yards. Hi, Trent. For those monitoring the basketball game, Northwestern just took their final timeout. We have games nearing the end of conclusions in women's as well. We'll let you know as Evans is about to punt this football for Los Angeles. A very quick 3 and out for the Rams, trailing 13-10. Evans launches this one back out at the 10. The last time we saw a conference championship game in the NFL where the two teams meeting for the conference were in the same division, ironically, actually the Rams can spoil, was the last time. It was back in the 2022 NFC title game, as it is 13-10 Philadelphia, still early in the second half. 22-10 was in the 2022 NFC title game when these Los Angeles Rams faced the San Francisco 49ers. Finally, it's final from Michigan. Yes, 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 the good guys have survived. 80-76, Michigan beats Northwestern at the skin of our teeth. So that game is over. But Philadelphia getting the football after they punt that away. We will give women's basketball scores soon. Barkley loses yards after the next play. I'll let you know what's going on with that. Another live stream coming later in about an hour, 50 minutes. Bills and Baltimore. Winner heads to Kansas City. It is the final home game in Illuminate Orchard Park, Ralph Wilson Field. And that is yet another biased simulcast. As the throw to Brown is incomplete. Good pressure by Verse, and on third down, it is 4th and 3 for the Eagles to punt here. Not as enthusiastic as a game. It's going to roll down into the snow, and not a fair catch. Tries to get out of it, does not. It was being log-tied by the free safety. I think that was Cooper DeJean playing special teams. 11:59 to go in the third. Rams are pinned. Playing catch-up, still only down by 3, getting the football back.
Turn the light on.
Give me a second, guys. Oh, my back, guys, is killing me. Oh, man. All right, let me give you some scores. Women's basketball, quickly. 3:07 to go in the fourth quarter, 96-55 South Carolina against Oklahoma, 7:07 to go in the fourth, 57-51 Vanderbilt, 86-66 Michigan State against Illinois, 45 seconds left in the fourth, minute 10 in the fourth, 82-80 Minnesota over Northwestern, 2:18 in the fourth, 68-53 Illinois State over USC, Arizona over Kansas, 66-52, 3:57 to go, 3:34 in the fourth, 64-52 Auburn, and 2:56 in the final frame in Mississippi State Battle, Mississippi, 67-61 Ole Miss, and 2:10 to go in the second quarter, 28-23 Virginia Tech over Louisville, and they're in halftime in Vegas, 27-26 UNLV against Wyoming. Still awaiting starts of other games. We are going to broadcast the Memphis what are they playing? Charlotte game. But back to football. Stafford under center, handoff inside zone. It's Kyron Williams. Stutter steps, and he's taken down at the 32 of LA. And it's second down. Also there at the end of the third quarter, Miami 92-68 Heat. Thirteen to 10. Eagles in front. Stafford launches one down the sideline looking for Nakua. He would have had him on a go route for a touchdown, but instead, Philadelphia has good coverage. It's incomplete, and it's third down for the Rams. Just missed him on that go route, flying up the seam. And Puka Nakua would have gone all the way. Stafford's in the gun on 3rd and 4. Man coming up to the top of the screen. He's going that way. Launching one for Kupp. Caught! Cooper Kupp catches it at the 36 of Philadelphia. And the Rams are right around field goal range now, only trailing by 3. All it took was one pass from Stafford to Kupp. Flying down the boundary. And what a catch over the shoulder by Cooper Kupp. His towel flies into the air. And he moves the chains for the Rams. Kupp in motion. Hands off to Williams. Williams, first down and more. Williams to the 20. Williams stiff arm. 10. Taken down at the 7. First and goal, LA. Kyron Williams. And this drive has now gone somewhere. It's appeared. And look at Kyron, the jump step, and then he jumped over a man. Spectacular running by Kyron Williams. Hands it off, and the Rams lose the football, but they recover the fumble. Kyron Williams back at the 15. A big loss. This ball was rolling around in the snow, but thankfully for LA, they do recover it. And the warm weather Rams almost coughed up the possession there. He fed it into the chest to Kyron Williams. There was a miscommunication. She had to go back and get it. Higbee. With the short catch for a couple of yards and makes it third down. $8:30 and change to go in the third quarter. Third and goal. 13-10 Philadelphia. Higbee slots out back wide, and Stafford is going to spin around. Turn on third and goal. He's sacked. Wrapped up back at the 15. And the pass rush, the blitz gets there for the Eagles, but now the Rams will attempt to tie this game. Under 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Hunt was one of those that got to the quarterback for Philadelphia. When they spot the ball, this hash mark is a little off. This isn't really a gimme. Even though it's a 34-yarder, this is not necessarily a gimme here. Snap good, hold good, kick is right down Broadway, and the Rams have tied it. Not a gimme, but give me that. LA has tied the game at 13 with 7:37 to go in the third quarter. 13 all, Rams and Eagles. And we go to Charlotte, where they're looking at a potential goaltend. Memphis is running away with the game, but that would make the deficit for Charlotte. Right now it's 15. So that would make it, I think, maybe 13. That's what they're looking at right now. 10-13 to go in the fourth quarter, 95-76 Heat, so they're well in control. We should have some finals in women's basketball. Let's see. I believe we do. We do. South Carolina wins by 41 over Oklahoma. The defending champs for a reason, 101-60. Also, by the way, they're at halftime between Virginia Tech and Louisville. The game is over in Mississippi. Ole Miss beats Mississippi State 71-63. So that is there. Memphis, a three-point attempt, no good. Trying to rebound it is the big man, and he's getting fouled over the back. That's Moussa Cisse, the Guinean big man for the Tigers. And that kind of puts Charlotte a little bit back into this game. Not totally, but a little bit. 90 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Auburn still looks like they're in control, looking for their first SEC win. Missouri is as well, but they're up 69-55 with a minute 30 to go. And it looks like Illinois State will beat UIC as well as Minnesota beating Northwestern. I'm not sure, but 9 seconds left in that game. Wait for those to go final, however. Also, I forgot, Vanderbilt. I completely forgot about that. Vanderbilt, who's losing to Tennessee now in that close game. Trent, Vanderbilt actually, one of their freshmen, Michaela Blakes, I actually broadcasted one of her games last year. She went to She went to a school in New Jersey called Rutgers Prep, and she was a fantastic player. So I completely forgot about that. And Tennessee is actually getting 2 superstars from a town called Denville in my area. Really good players for women's basketball. We're talking about, but they're about to kick off in Philadelphia. As Charlotte starting to really come back here, they're only down by 12 now, but there's under 2 minutes left in that game, so we'll monitor that. Put the tabs on. But here are the Rams tying the game up with 7:37 to go in the second quarter. Remember, guys, it won't be the stream, but we'll have a different stream for our final divisional round game, and that is between the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. Not sure if we'll do championship games next week. I'll let you know. But now it'll be the Eagles getting the football. So for Vanderbilt, actually, I don't want to football, but just quickly, I want to jump to Vanderbilt real quickly. Blake's the freshman actually is she is tied for the lead in assists and points with 19. The problem is she has 4 personal fouls. That's the one issue. Back to football. Here's Jalen Hurts on 2nd and 9, and he'll scramble out of bounds in a good game. Yes, yes, I do think so. Sorry, wax poetic. It's just cool because I got to see her in person. She was a fantastic player. I got to see a couple games of her, so that's really cool. Hurts. Jalen Hurts in the gun. Stands up, throwing, caught, got her, 40, got her inside the 35, out to the 33, and a first down for the Eagles. Last thing I'll say about what we were talking about with the basketball, Trent, is if you look up for our network, Rutgers Prep, Gill St. Bernard's, or just look up Somerset County Girls Basketball Championship. I'm not doing play-by-play. I'm doing color. It was the same day, actually, as the outdoor Devils Flyers game, if you remember that last year. So, and that's the same player that has 19 points for Vanderbilt right now against the number 12th team in the country that I actually called. So I'm proud of myself. I'm sorry. And I just think that's really cool. But anyway, I will try to stay on the topic of football. 5:20 and change to go. 13 all. It's 2nd down for the Eagles. As they'll try to move it here, and I get a first down. Barkley, right close to the end, to the red zone. And Saquon Barkley picks up the first down for the Eagles. Barkley has moved his legs. He's played well. We have another final. 87-82. Minnesota beats Northwestern in women's basketball. By the way, it's only a 4-point lead for Robert Morris in that men's basketball game. Here's Jalen Hurts. He's going to air one out into the end zone. It is tipped, almost intercepted. And the Rams would have ended the drive that quickly. But with 4:26 to go in the third, the Eagles keep possession. Also, the Memphis lead is now only 11, so that's kind of interesting. Yeah, that's crazy too. Yeah, see, I mean, Look, we talked about the Broncos. Remember Michael Burton? Michael Burton grew up only about 25 minutes from where I live, and he went to school with one of my cousins. So, oh yeah, I mean, Jerry Reese's kid went to my school. He was a senior when I was in 8th grade. Jerry Reese, the GM of the Giants. First down for a guy that knows the Giants well, Dallas Goedert. He picks up the screen and he gets to the 4. First and goal, Eagles. They are starting to really churn the ball here. I've heard of Nazareth. I think I know that school. I think they're a fairly good wrestling school. And I think Peaberg was in a tournament with them. So I've heard of that school. I've vaguely heard of Whitehall, but Nazareth I'm very familiar with. Let's see. We hear whistles now. Second and 15. They took it back because of an illegible man downfield. Can't talk today. Hurts has a decent pocket. He's trying to step up. He avoids the sack, but then he's going to get sacked by some over-pursuing linebackers, and he was slow to get up. He is limping. Jalen Hurts is limping, and that's not a sign you want to see for the Eagles. Yeah, I've heard of them. I've heard of Liberty. I've heard of that school. Oh, the high school? No. The college, yes. Well, there's no way you've heard of Jefferson Township because that's the school, and there's no way you've heard of it. So, it's okay. Handoff up the gut. Barkley doesn't get much. Well, that's where I went. It's not where I go. I don't go anywhere. Memphis-Charlotte game is final. Memphis beats Charlotte 77-68. So that is final now. So probably go to that. Other game. Let's see. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go to the Tennessee Vandy game. Actually, that's the game we're gonna do to end. To go to the commercial, but we'll have to see. Philadelphia is going to only settle for a 44-yard field goal attempt. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is right down Broadway, and Philadelphia retakes the lead. It's 16-13 with 2:19 to go in the third, but the Rams held strong defensively. They lead by 3, and the Rams are getting the football, trailing by 3. 16-13 Eagles. Yeah, let's see if we can go to that game, the women's game. Not seeing it. Can't do it. Let's go to the Robert Morris Milwaukee game, actually. Since that game is close. If it lets me. Here we go, yeah. All right, 77-74, Robert Morris. RM, they get away from... to try to get away from the trap and a foul on Milwaukee. Smith. Nicole, would you ever have Gibbs or James Cook on your team? Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs, because he's physical. He can run up the gut. He's also super shifty. You can use him out of the backfield. You can throw to him. Jahmyr Gibbs. That's not actually that hard. It was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. 68-67, Tennessee, 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. I think we have a game that went final. Yes, Illinois State just beat UIC.
Looking to extend a 3-point advantage under a minute to go.
We're still waiting for a couple here. The free throw, no good for Smith, the shooter for Robert Morris. Trying to make it a 4-point game. Milwaukee has 2 timeouts. Robert Morris has 2 timeouts. Just so you know, right after this game goes final, before our second game, I'm going to go and eat. The good thing is I'm not going to go out like I did yesterday. I have food in the house.
And he makes 1 out of 2. All right, the lead is 49.3.
So he's transferring? Why would he transfer out of Penn State? Anyway, the lead is 4, and we're back to Philadelphia, so we will stay there. .5:18 to go in the fourth quarter, by the way. Heat have a 114-92 lead over San Antonio, so we monitor that as well. Rams getting the football now to the fair catch. About an hour away from a game in Orlando, Denver and Orlando, Nuggets and Magic. Oh, okay. There's also, we should have tip-off. Tip-off just happened in Baylor, the final men's basketball game of the day, as that is incomplete. He was looking for Higbee, and it's second down. Stafford just tried to missile it over the middle of the field. And just missed his target. By the way, Auburn is just about to beat Missouri 73-59. So that will go final as well. In women's, handoff, Kyron Williams breaks a tackle, splits the defense, and tries to get close to the 40 and gets there. Yep, that's aforementioned the big security guard. Call him Big Dom, and there was a lot of connections with him and other things. And he's a guy that's really, really a great proponent of that team. He's become a member of the football team, even though he's not a player. He's just a security guy. Will I be watching it? I don't know if I'll be watching it, and I don't know if I'll be streaming it. I have a work assignment tomorrow. I'm not broadcasting. I'm scouting, so I'm like taking notes and writing about a game. The game starts at 6:35, and it ends around probably like 8:15. But the game's like about 45 minutes to 50 minutes from where I live, so I'll probably not broadcast the game. I'll probably take a break. Haha. No, I know about. I'm not saying anything on YouTube because you never know what's true, what's not. But I know what's alleged about him. Rams are going to punt here. They were stopped by Philadelphia, and they will have to punt the football. And it is now officially final. That Auburn has beaten Missouri. Finally, their first SEC win, and they're over 500. Evans with a bomb of a punt, and it's inside the 5-yard line. 1:16 to go in the third. 16-13. Oh, my God, my back. 16-13, Philadelphia. Don't, just, it doesn't, it's not relevant. He's just being funny. You guys bombed inside the 5. No, it's not. It's not. Stop. Let's see. Is it over in Robert Morris, Milwaukee? No, I don't think it is yet. So we'll go to that. No, not yet. So free throws still 17 seconds left, 80-75. Robert Morris with the lead. But Milwaukee gets 2. They're within 3. Now they're within a 1-possession game because it's only a 4-point lead for Robert Morris. Oaks big shot here. Good. And Milwaukee is within 3. Robert Morris still has another timeout if they want to set up what they want to do. If Milwaukee fouls, or if they get the basketball, they are going to, as they trap, would call a timeout. Still the trap, but now 12.1 to go in the second. And a double dribble. What? A double dribble on Robert Morris, which means that they don't foul and they turn the ball over, which means Milwaukee is going to get the basketball here. They may call a timeout here to set up a play so they can try to tie it with the least amount of time left for Robert Morris to have a chance to take the lead. The 15th time Robert Morris has turned the ball over. What's up, Trent? What's up? What's up? What's up? You're saying my name constantly. What's up? What's up? I don't get it. Hurts in the gun. He's in the end zone. Hurts, handoff. Barkley gets a couple of yards. That's about it. Let's look at that NBA game. 1:57 to go. 126-103. Heat looks like they will win that game. There's 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Vanderbilt is trying to draw up a play to win the game against Tennessee, and they just lost. They just missed the shot. Oh, Tennessee beats Vanderbilt 70-69. Let's see. As a starter, Michaela Blake's ended up with 23 points and 2 assists. She led the team in scoring, so she's had a great freshman year. But Tennessee does beat Vanderbilt 71-70. And a safety for the Rams. They get Hurts down in the end zone, and LA is within 1 with about 15 seconds to go in the third quarter, and they're getting the football. Jalen Hurts sacked. This pass rush has been voracious. What an attack by the pass rush. Of this defense. Also, by the way, there are no more women's games in the fourth quarter. There are two in the third, 2 in the first, and then we're still waiting the final game, which is Notre Dame SMU, and that will probably be featured in that 6th in the Bills game. After the next break, also, when the Robert Morris game goes final, because we'll have women's games to do in the second half, what we'll do is, for the second game, what we'll do is we'll switch over to just do full-time the final men's game, which is Baylor and TCU. And the safety punt picked up by the Rams. They return it to the 35. That's where it'll be forward progress at their own 35. Rams trail by 1 with 19 seconds to go in the third quarter. Do I like Sean McVay? Yeah, I do. I think he's a good coach. 17 seconds left in the fourth in Miami. It is a 25-point lead for the Heat. They're about to waste San Antonio. First and 10. But it's probably the final play of a long third quarter. And Kyron Williams with a good gain. He gets past the 40. It'll be second and short. And that will do it for the third. We go to the final quarter. Who is going to beat the Commanders in the NFC title game? The Rams, about 9 yards from midfield, trailing by 1 with the football. We go to the fourth quarter, 16-15. Philadelphia in a tough defensive battle. All right. Okay, here we go. So Robert Morris just fouled. Milwaukee is going to go to the line here. In basketball.
An excellent free throw shooter.
Please don't, Trent. It's a bad joke. The shot hits the rim, so the first shot is no good. If the first hit, then the second could have given them the lead. Robert Morris does have a timeout. They have, or I would have given him a 2-point lead. Sorry. No, sorry. The first free throw would have given him a 2-point lead, and the second could have given him a 3. This would make it a 2-point game. Milwaukee doesn't have a timeout. It's good. Milwaukee needs a 2 to tie it, a 3 to win it. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Spins. It's blocked, but I think there's time on the clock. Robert Morris is celebrating like they've won the game. I thought there was time on the clock. Folks was down, and the refs are going to look at this. I think there was time. And let's see, when did the ball hit the baseline? Yeah, he was the GM that helped out with, I can't think of the owner, the 49ers owner, Bartolo. So if it is 000, then Robert Morris has won. If not, and Milwaukee will have a chance to either send this to overtime or win the game. Let's see. So he comes off the baseline. The shot, that block, yeah, it's got at least 0.5 left. They don't have a lot of time. Only 0.5 on the clock, but there is going to be time for Milwaukee. They're putting not 6/10 of a second. So you need a catch and shoot. And this might be just to win the game here. They may just go to the corner. 2 will tie it, 3 to win it. Turns, shoots, it is no good off the rim. There are no fouls. Robert Morris wins. 81-79 over Milwaukee. All right, so we'll go to Baylor for the extended period of time. So that is the only men's game left today. But we're back in Philadelphia anyway. And the Rams with the football. It's a handoff. Kyron Williams lost the ball. Philadelphia picks it up. 45, 40, 30, 20, 15, out at the 11. And Kyron Williams had a head of steam, but he lost the football. And the Eagles have the ball in the red zone early in the fourth quarter, up by 1. That could be something here. That could be something. Let's see. By the way, a score update, 128-107. The Heat have defeated the San Antonio Spurs. So that is over. But the Eagles, first and goal from the 10. But the Rams defense, they've done everything here. And they only trail by 1. but a field goal would make it a 4-point game. It would force LA to go into the end zone. A touchdown would be worse, though. It would stay a one-possession game if they get in, unless they went for 2. Barkley is taken down at the 2. Saquon Barkley. A great gain on the play. Oh, by the way, I need to give an update. Vanderbilt did win. They did win 71-70. I thought they had lost. No, they updated it. They did ended up winning. They had it as a late update. Looking to see who had the final shot. Yeah, you're going to need a point-by-point score. I'll look at that in a little bit because the Eagles are trying to punch it in here. There's Aviana Moore who got the 3 to win the game, and Michaela Blakes actually will get the game-winning assist. Barkley up the gut. Barkley to the goal line. He's in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. There's a lot of talking being done right now. Yapping between these two teams at the goal line. Did that ball completely cross the plane? Philadelphia says it did. And the Eagles are going to extend their lead. Again, you look at Barkley extending the ball. The call on the field is a touchdown for Philadelphia, but they are going to review it. All right, so while they review it, we're going to Baylor. Baylor with the lead, and we'll give other score updates with the women's games right now. End of the first quarter in Arkansas, 24-16 Alabama. 26 seconds left in the third quarter, 45-44 Wyoming over UNLV. And 4:24 in the third, 48-38 Virginia Tech against Louisville. Baylor's always a strong team. Zay Flowers is out against the Bills. Wow, that is huge. That would be huge. That is huge. And we're about 40 minutes away from the next NBA game, for those wondering, which is also in Florida. We're about an hour, just a hair under an hour 10 away from the next stream, our next game, Bills and Baltimore. And again, I'm right after the stream, I'm going to go eat. Baylor with the basketball. Tries to go through one of Jaden Nunn. Nunn swings it. Going under the glass. Omir from Nicaragua. But here comes TCU the other way. To the corner, faking a 3. Driving in Noah Reynolds. And Reynolds is fouled. Noah Reynolds for Texas Christian, the senior from Peoria, Illinois. And he drove the lane and that close for TCU. The lead is 15-9 Bears, but actually a blocking foul against Baylor, against TCU. Going up to get it and blocked, but I believe another foul. This one on the freshman David Punch from Harker Heights in Texas. I think I mentioned it on our updates. Yeah, I saw. UConn's fantastic, and there's a big from New Jersey that's coming there. All right, we have an update. And Philadelphia did not get in. It is 4th and goal. I have the Eagles game on. The Eagles game is on the whole time. Just during commercials, I'm broadcasting basketball. They're not going to sit here and say nothing. Tush push, but we have a false start on Philly. So that's going to be negated. A false start on Philadelphia, which makes 4th and goal from the 1, 4th and goal from the 6. Yeah, no, Commanders fan, I have the game on. I just, during commercial, I'm doing the basketball because you guys don't want to see me just sitting around looking like a dork. I will be honest with you, in the second half, the basketball should be all over and it will go away because I'll be doing the NHL thing. The Red Wings Stars game. In the second half, not of this game, the other. Eagles are clearing a spot for Jake Elliott. A 23-yard field goal attempt in the flurry. 13:26 to go in the final frame in this playoff game. Elliott's kick is right down Broadway. It is 19-15. Philadelphia's lead is 4. And Los Angeles will be getting the football back, so they are not able to score on the fumble, a touchdown on the fumble on the snap. That nearly was not held correctly, but the good thing is the Rams are going to have to get a touchdown here. It's a good thing if you're an Eagles fan. 19-15. By the way, if you were wondering, Commanders fan, yeah, it totally is. We are going to have a game, as we were talking about, the Bills game later. That is a simulcast, like you're like, oh, you're favoriting the Lions, you're favoriting the Texans. We will be favoring the Bills. But he kicked it low, but he gets it to go. And that is another former Memphis Tiger who kicks it through for the Eagles. Who will host Washington next week? We'll have to see if it's Philadelphia or Los Angeles. Eagles hoping it's them. They lead by 4, 19-15. Eagles haven't met Washington since 1991. Rams haven't met Washington since 1987 in the playoffs. Meanwhile, Kansas City met Baltimore and the Bills last year. So it'll be the second straight year meeting either of those teams. And if it's Baltimore, it'll be the second straight time meeting Baltimore in the conference championship. A low roller, muffed a little bit in the snow, but picked up by the Rams. Going to get a good return out of this, spinning close to the 30. And that is where Schroeder will set up Los Angeles' offense. By the way, another scoring update. They're in the fourth quarter, 9:22 left, 47-44 Wyoming in Vegas against UNLV on that one. Stafford under center. Hand off to the outside. Kyron Williams, good gain. Kyron Williams now going to lose a ton of yards on the chunk run. Philadelphia gets after the football, and it's 3rd and long. Bound on the stop for the Eagles. Now, snow games are great. They're a lot of fun. I wonder if the next game is going to be a snow game in Buffalo. It might be. I don't know where the snow was supposed to fall. I'm not sure about that. Stafford in the gun. It's the two tight end formation for LA. Stafford throws over the middle, caught, first down. Rams, Robinson. And LA moves the chains. Scoring updates again. Minute 10 to go in the third. 55-45. Virginia Tech against Louisville. 5:31 to go in the second quarter. 36-23 Alabama against Arkansas. It's all women's basketball. And 7:38 to go in the second quarter. 27-12. Last year's runner-ups, Iowa, blasting Oregon. I think he's a decent quarterback. I don't know why he's transferring. Play action fake. Stafford throws a low looper. Williams was intended. It goes out of bounds. That looked like it might have been forced like a fumble. So good for Stafford that it hops out of bounds. So you'll never have to wonder what happened. Oh, yeah, I did hear about that. It is 2nd and 10 for Los Angeles. Sorry if you're not seeing me. I have to keep putting it down on my back. Sorry with the yawning. Stafford is in the gun at 2nd and 10. Stafford throws a screen, deflected. Looking for Nakua, incomplete. I don't know why Philadelphia thought that was a fumble. And it's 3rd and 10. The defense is starting to really get to the pressure point right now for the Eagles. 11-10 to go in the game. The winner will host the Washington Commanders in the NFC Championship game in 2025 next week. There was a hold on the Rams, and Philadelphia is going to decline the penalty. And a big 3rd down for Los Angeles right now. They're trailing by 4. 19-15. Eagles. This has been a sloppy game. This has been a snow game that you usually see between these two teams. Here is Stafford. Stafford getting away from it. He fumbles the football. And Philly's got it. He dipped the ball down low, bound, deflected it. He picks it up, and the Eagles force a turnover, and they'll be getting the ball with 11:04 to go in the fourth quarter. Smith also pressured Stafford. He got to him, and the Eagles getting the football. Smith might have been held as well by the right tackle for Los Angeles. I think he was. Havenstein, I think, held him. LA lost in the first round in Detroit in a dome. You're now playing in the elements. Much different from sunny Phoenix, where you played last week, or even LA if you would have played there in the cold. And the deal is, though, if you could somehow, it's possible, still get the win here, you're going to be somewhere warm or indoors against Washington. And Washington is a team that, yeah, they played well indoors last night, but they excel in those outdoor games. You're able to flip the script. The other deal I always forgot about is that this is one of the few fields in the NFL. This is a grass field. So you're playing snow on grass. And the Rams, the former greatest show on turf, you're not playing on turf. 2nd and 8. LA would love to get a stop here. Hurts is going to wheel on the bootleg. Low throw caught by Barkley. And he'll hobble out of bounds. Fall out of bounds, and that makes a 3rd and manageable. 9:45 and change to go in the fourth quarter. Eagles lead by 4. They're somewhat in Elliott's range. Definitely if they get the first down. And Barkley's going to be pushed backwards. So this is going to be an intriguing fourth down. Nick Sirianni, guys, go for it. I could see them going for it here. You've played fantastic defense. You've limited the offense, especially in the second half of LA. I think they may go for it. They are on the field attempting to do so. And the highest percentage on fourth down. Everybody talks about Washington and Detroit. But nobody has a higher percentage of getting it done on fourth down than Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's Hurts going to stand in the pocket. Caught A.J. Brown, first down inside the 25-yard line, and they are now thoroughly in Jake Elliott's range, although the snowstorm still reigns. And more importantly for Philadelphia, they're going to chew clock here. Finding A.J. Brown on the slant, crossing through the jamming corner. And Barkley's going to lose a yard. He's stuffed. Los Angeles has all 3 timeouts. So do the Eagles. Again, after this stream, a new stream will be coming up right around kickoff in Western New York between the Bills and Baltimore. $7.50 and change. Hurts gets the snap, fakes the handoff. Jalen Hurts is going to roll out. He's going to throw. It's caught down the sideline. Devontae Smith pushed out of bounds, and it's third down. Good possession catch by Smith, and that was a pinning throw, a very strong one by Jalen Hurts. Hurts standing in the gun. Hurts on 3rd and 4, hands off to Barkley. He's going to get maybe a yard. Gets to the 21-yard line now. A field goal here again. You're still in it because it's then only a 7-point game, and then you just need the touchdown and an extra point, and you've tied it up for the Rams. Now, you go for it for Philly. I don't think you can. I think you got it. Yeah, kick it, but use as much clock as possible. He's 2 for 2 for today, but remember, he did miss an extra point. Made one from 44. Made one from 23. This is right in the middle of that. This is a 37-yard field goal attempt. Snap good, hold good. Kick is right down Broadway, and he has, besides that extra point miss, played very soundly. 6:18 to go in the fourth quarter. The holder man is pumped up, and Philadelphia's lead has rose to 7. 22-15 Eagles. Rams getting the football down by 7. The Rams get a touchdown. Do you go for 2? Depending how much time's left in the game. If you get a touchdown with 3 seconds left, like it goes down, you get the ball back. You make a stop. You get the ball back. 3 seconds left. I don't mind that idea. I don't mind that. But unless it's final seconds to win the game, no, you kick it. Because your kicker's had no problems. Your kicker hasn't had any misses. Honestly, kicking the ball straight and hooking isn't actually a problem in the snow. It's more a problem in the rain and the wind. What's a problem is like finesse things in the snow. Trying to, juke, turn around, certain special teams maneuvers. Those are the things that are a problem in the snow. But streamlined, but like cutting, turning, that stuff's hard. But throwing over the top, running up the middle, streamlined, anything north-south, streamlined is usually easy in the snow. And the snow helps you because the defensive players can't get their footing. But when you try to cut and you try to turn and try to be evasive, that's where it becomes a problem. All right, back to Baylor. Texas, we have a foul. 31-23 Baylor, 4:42 to go in the first half. And NCAA women's scores. 8:58 to go in the fourth quarter. 5:01 to go in the fourth quarter. 59-56 UNLV. 8:58 to go in the fourth quarter. 58-45 Virginia Tech over Louisville. 101 to go in the second. 44-34 Arkansas over 19th ranked Alabama. And 32-22 Iowa with a minute 10 to go in the second against Oregon. Low shot, and we have another foul. This one is on TCU for fouling the big man, Josh Ojianwuna, the junior from Nigeria. Sorry, guys. And Ojianwuna might have got hit in the head there. But we're back to the NFL. I'm calling a fake curl fade route. No, because again, that's no. Trent, that's cutting. You're cutting in the stuff. Guy's going to fall down. No, what you need to do. Both these teams have tried to do too much finesse. You got to go north-south. They've tried to do these outside zone runs. They've tried to do these rub routes. Phillies try to do outside. No, now that snow's falling, LA here should. Here's what LA should do. LA should take a shot over the top right now. LA should run a go route right over the middle of the field. If he doesn't have it, he doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. Kyron Williams goes right up the gut on an inside counter. Then, if it's third down, then you try some sort of hook route. Stafford trying to get out of it, he's sacked. I think he wanted to take a shot down the field, and he is hit. And he has struggled. Second down, inside 6 minutes to go in the game. Rams trailing by 7. And there has been one game where we had a late tying score, meaning inside 5 minutes, and a late game winning score inside 5 minutes. And that was both in the same game between Tampa Bay and Washington last week. Stafford hands it off to Kyron Williams. Williams bounces upfield. He gets to the 30, and that's about it. It is third down for the Rams. 22-15 Eagles. Rams come up to the line. We're inside 5 minutes left. 3rd and 10, Stafford in the gun. Kupp comes in motion. Sets in his spot. Here's Stafford standing. Throwing deflected by the line of scrimmage. Incomplete. He was looking for Nakua, who has really had a lot of issues today. And it stops the clock with 4:54 to go in the fourth. Do you punt if you're the Rams? Probably you have all 3 timeouts, and Philadelphia struggled on offense. Yeah, I think the move is to punt here. They are at the half in Arkansas, by the way, and at the half in Oregon. Late in the fourth quarter in Vegas, they're at a TV timeout, and 7-11 will go in the fourth quarter. An 11-point lead for the Virginia Tech Hokies at home against Louisville. A long punt out of bounds right around the 27 of Philadelphia, and that will spot where the Eagles are going to be starting with the football. 4:47 to go in the fourth. They're going to go to break, so we'll go to Baylor. A pump three, no good, trying to draw the foul. Away from the corner. Fakes it looking top of the key for Baylor. Three, good! Jeremy Roach, the fifth-year man, the 6'2 guard from Leesburg, Virginia. And here come the Horned Frogs. Driving, he's stripped of the basketball. Baylor comes up on the attack. Kicks it out for a right corner three. No good. Shooting that was Jaden Nunn. Here comes TCU kicking out for a three of their own. Good. Noah Reynolds again. The kid from Green Bay with a key shot from the corner. 35-26, a 9-point lead for the Bears. They're 6 of 12 from three-point range. TCU is 3 for 8. Baylor feeding it around. Long three on its way. No good by Roach. And here comes Reynolds for the Horned Frogs. Reynolds drives. Perfect pass. Laid in, no good. No good. Rebound again by Baylor, by Nunn. Jaden Nunn crossover. Top of the key. Nunn drives. Finger roll. No good. And TCU picks it up again. Reynolds, who does everything, is going to start the offense. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Horned Frogs trail by 9. Fakes the fadeaway. Back to the top of the key. And a turnover by TCU again. Micah Robinson just lost the basketball, the freshman from Kansas City. And they're going to go to break. Quick score updates of women's basketball. See if there's anything new. 4-point lead to UNLV. Yeah, it's late in the game there. And Louisville's within 10 as well. It's still in the half in the other two games. We're about 13 minutes away, though, from tip-off in Orlando between the Magic and Denver. After this game hits final, the stream will be over, and we will. I'm gonna eat some dinner, and we will get ready for the second stream. Bills and Baltimore. Barkley coats ahead, 30, 40, midfield. He's gone. Saquon Barkley, 70 yards, touchdown, Philadelphia. And that might put the Eagles in the title game. No flag. Saquon Barkley goes pay dirt. And it is now a 13-point lead for Philadelphia. And the Rams are thrown down a gauntlet. What a run for Barkley. And the extra point to come for Elliott. Kick on its way. This one is no good. My goodness. Jake Elliott has kicked 3 haymakers into the blizzard, and he has missed 2 extra points wide right. It stays a 13-point lead, which is somewhat doable for the Rams. The deficit and the time would tell you it's doable. The offensive output tells you it's not by LA. But Saquon Barkley goes pay dirt. A huge touchdown run for the Philadelphia Eagles. And they are hoping they are this closer to their 3rd matchup of the year with the Washington Commanders. And the winner would go to Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans, where both teams ended up winning. That's also true. I forgot about that. Remember, both teams, if Philadelphia wins this game, won games in New Orleans this year. Won key games in New Orleans. Philadelphia got their first win in the United States because they won in Brazil because off of beating the Saints thanks to a 4th and goal run by Saquon Barkley in the Bayou. And Washington won their game off of the Saints trying to keep their playoff hopes alive and tying the game with a second left and then going for 2 and failing on the 2-point conversion. So if the Eagles do win this game, both of those teams, the winner of next week, had already had a regular season magical storyline in New Orleans. And then they would play in New Orleans against either Kansas City or whoever wins in the game after this game. Didn't Aubrey actually miss some extra points, though, that were kind of weird for him to miss, to be fair? Still mad that they didn't let him hit that 75-yard or whatever against Cleveland. Nakua finally gets going. Rams trail by 13. They have all 3 timeouts. There is some hope. We might be a little late to the Bills game, just so you know, because this game is taking a while, and I got to eat dinner. Now, I'm not leaving the house. I told you, it's quick. I already have the food. I already know where the food is. I can eat it real quickly, but still. Stafford throws over the middle. It is Richardson intended, and it went right off his fingertips. By the way, they're nearing the half in Baylor, for those wondering. .407 to go in the 4th quarter. 2nd and 10. The Rams down by 13. 28-15 Philadelphia. Here's Stafford. Stafford throws the corner route beautifully run and a first down for the Rams, and they stop the clock just by hopping out of bounds. In fact, the route enabled him to go out of bounds. Close score update. We have 34 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Wyoming against UNLV. It is 66-65, and UNLV is trying to tie the game from the charity stripe with just over 30 seconds left. Incomplete, looking for Richardson. He had him on a fade route. And the Rams are starting to really move the ball here. But Stafford just missed his target. Also, Louisville's only within 5 now against Virginia Tech. And they have the basketball with 2:31 to go in the game. So we monitor those 2 games. And also we mentioned we're very close to the game in Orlando. We're also very close to the final college basketball game, any gender, which is Southern Methodist University against Notre Dame at South Bend. Big throw by Stafford. Caught into the red zone. Go the Rams. But they do not have the clock on their side. Let's see, is there hockey on today? NCAA hockey, I should preface. There is a 7 o'clock NHL game, which I, again, can't get rights to, which is Rangers and I'm not sure actually who they're playing. Corner route again, caught first, good gain out of bounds for the Rams. Right now, it looks like they're just marching into the end zone, but we'll see. Oh, there's no hockey till the 21st. Best fighter, probably Bob Probert. Caught. First down. I will say, as a grunt, Bob Probert, as a player that could do it all, like not just a player that's just a goon, a non-goon, I would probably say either Milan Lucic or Darren McCarty. I'd probably give it to Lucic. To the 5, taking down Kyron Williams. Burks with the stop. We're under 3 minutes to go. So goon Bob Probert, regular player Milan Lucic. Throws corner route into the end zone. Honestly, I'll be honest with you. I think Milan Lucic the greatest fighter, goon or non-goon. but the corner route is incomplete. And they just went to halftime for Baylor TCU. By the way, 3rd and goal, 2:51 to go in the fourth quarter. The Rams have still not used any of their timeouts. They're down by 13, so they need the 2 touchdowns. Stafford throws, caught, touchdown, Los Angeles. Colby Parkinson, an 8-yard touchdown catch, and an extra point would put the Rams within 6, and they still have all 3 timeouts. So they are very much back in this game. A great throw, Colby Parkinson getting open. And Sean McVay, the fist pump. There is still life in Tinseltown for these Rams. Extra point, right down Broadway. A touchdown and an extra point would actually give Los Angeles the lead. It is 28-22, Philadelphia with 2:48 to go. My goodness. 2-minute warning. We got to see if they don't stay here like they did last night. Let's see where we would go. 21 seconds in the fourth quarter. It's 66-65 Wyoming. UNLV's fouling. A minute 47 left in the fourth. Virginia Tech, Louisville. Yeah, we're probably going to go to that game because that is a decent amount of time while also being a really interesting matchup. Yeah, we'd probably go to that one. There's still a halftime in Arkansas and in Oregon for whatever reason. And as we mentioned, of course, they're at half. The halftime score is 39-32, so only a 7-point lead for Baylor. Actually, TCU winning would be nice for Michigan because the 25th team losing would kind of offset the 20th team almost losing to an unranked team. Whereas if Baylor rips in the second half, they could probably jump ahead. 2:48 to go in the fourth quarter. LA has all 3 timeouts. Philadelphia, what can they do here? We shall see. Three hours. This game's long. Hurts is in the gun. Hurts stamps the foot. And he's going to hand it off to Barkley. Decent gain. As it is 2nd and 7 coming up for the Eagles. Yes, I remember that. 2:44 in the fourth quarter, 2nd and 7. LA did take the 1 timeout. They have 2 left. Also would like to use the 2-minute warning if they can get the football. 67-65 Wyoming right now as well. 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter there. Bootleg, Jalen Hurts. Hurts is going to fall down in the snow, and he's taken down at the 20. A sack for the Rams. Turner, timeout, LA. 3rd and long, and Sirianni can't believe it. The own snow is doing in Philadelphia right now. A huge 3rd down coming up. And they cannot be killed by yak right now. That would be brutal. Third and 19. The Rams have 16 sacks in a postseason, tied for the 5th most. They go to second if they get 2 more in these playoffs. The record is 19, actually. San Francisco hit it when they won in 88, 89 with 19 sacks. Hurts in the gun. Hurts hands it off to Barkley. Good run, but it is 4th down. And the Eagles will have to punt here. And also, LA calls their final timeout. So they'll have the 2-minute warning to work with. And Stafford's going to get the ball. Unless there's some penalty or some weird circumstance here. I don't have a feeling about it. I have no feeling. Oh boy, UNLV tied it up. So 9 seconds left. Wyoming is trying to set a play to win the game against UNLV. Also 31 seconds left in the 4th quarter. It's 67-64 Virginia Tech, and they're out of the second half, out of the first half, into the second half in Arkansas and in Oregon. Alabama's blowing out Arkansas, by the way. Man the punt. This one, a sizable one. It's rolling. It's a poison punt. And it is going to take an eagle bounce a little bit right around the 18-yard line. 2:23 to go in the 4th quarter. That's where the Rams will start with the football. And they will have a chance to tie and win the game here. Trailing by 6, 28-22. Eagles. 2:23 to go in the 4th quarter. The Rams had a chance in the first round last year against Detroit when they were down that single possession and couldn't get it done. Couldn't get 4th downs. They have a chance here to go to their 2nd NFC Championship game in 4 years. Stafford throws over the middle. Higbee is kept in bounds. They'll hurry to the line. They don't have to snap it again because they've got the 2-minute warning. But they look like they like to. Stafford gets the snap. It's low. Final play likely before the 2-minute warning. It's Kupp. He stays in bounds. He's at the 32, and that is the 2-minute warning. Rams are driving. Still going to length of field to go. But 2 minutes left. They are at their own 32. They trail by 6. They're driving in Philly, trying to go back to warm California for the NFC Championship game. 28-22 Eagles. All right, let's go to Kellen Moore, possibly. Baylor. I don't know why they're back at Baylor, but you know what? Yeah, well, we'll just stay in Baylor, and we could just monitor the women's games from afar. I don't know what's happening. Are they?
2.5 hours of pregame. Earlier today, Coach on ESPN2, the best in the AAC continued to show. It did show. They thought it was coming from that couple wing.
No. They're not out of the half. Okay, let's go to. Oh, so the Notre Dame game should have started. Let's go to Louisville, Virginia Tech. Yeah, let's go to that game right now. I don't know. I'm gonna have. Oh, I think it's like a sandwich or something that's already made. 13 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Virginia Tech and Louisville. Hokies lead by 4. And they can gain even more with some key free throws here. The Blacksburg fans, letting everybody hear it. They're going to overtime in UNLV, by the way. Louisville's trying to figure out who wants to check in. Curry is the point guard for the Cardinals. They still have not figured out who's checking in. Now Curry will go to the bench. And they're going back to Philadelphia, so we'll just monitor. But yes, that game is going to overtime in Vegas. And we'll watch the other as well. But they just started SMU and Notre Dame. And they should be tipping off soon between Orlando and Denver. Very soon they should be tipping off. I can't do any of the NBA games till tomorrow's next NBA game. I can watch. It's incomplete. Cooper DeJean on the coverage. A go route. And he would have had his man diving close to the sideline boundary. Yeah, so when I do the NBA, it's like, oh, well, you did college. Why didn't you do the NBA games? Can't do them. 2 at 7, 2 at 9, and 3 at 9. Throws high, incomplete again. Batted down. Looking for Nakua, and it's third down. With 1:50 to go. And with no timeouts, if they don't get a first down, their season is over. Stafford throws. It is caught by Richardson. He gets the first down past the 40. They got to hurry up now. 1:40 and change. Ticking, ticking, ticking. A great diving catch, and Stafford stands in the gun. Stafford gets the snap. He's got an empty backfield now because Kyron went out. Here's Stafford. He airmails one down the sideline. It's caught. Puka Nacua. Redemption. What a fantastic catch over the shoulder. It stops the clock with 1:25 to go. And now for the Rams, of course you have to get into the end zone, but now is where you actually start to have the issue of you don't want to give Philadelphia too much clock because you're right outside the red zone and Philadelphia has all 3 timeouts. Here is Stafford. He's pressured. Low catch by Kupp. And he goes out of bounds too. So a short gain. It stops the clock with 1:19 to go. My goodness, what a catch. What a catch. This game's starting to have that magic a little bit here. The Rams tie it with a touchdown. An extra point would give them the lead. Stafford is... Why would he catch it? Well, it stopped the clock. If he doesn't catch it, it stops the clock, but then it's 2nd and 10. He makes it 2nd and manageable. But a false start on the Rams, and that is a killer. Dotson gets called on a bad penalty for Los Angeles. I thought the referee signaled. Stafford throws short, caught by Nakua. Nakua is taken out of bounds. He is short of the marker, but it stops the clock with 1:14. It has been key. 3rd and 2. Stafford in the pistol stamps the foot. Stafford, they pressure. Stafford is sacked. Clock continues to run. Grant Carter, the clock really wasn't the issue. The issue is that he lost all that yardage. We have an update. Louisville has lost. The game is over 70-65. Virginia Tech has hung on for a win. Only 4 women's basketball is only 5 college basketball games left for the entire day. One of them's in overtime, so that's crazy. But the Eagles working overtime on 4th and 11, one stop, and they're going to the NFC Championship game. Stafford gets a snap. Here's for their season. Stafford airmails one. High, incomplete. It's out of bounds. Looking for Nakua. Are there flags? None. He threw it out of bounds looking for Nakua on the corner route. The Rams believe there should be flags. That had to look like there's something. McVay is yelling at the official. If this stands, the Eagles are going to go to the NFC title game. He got hammered. Oh, that's what they're complaining about. They want a roughing the passer call. He had Nakua on the corner route, and they do not call RPI. And the Eagles were just getting driven backwards offensively. Just completely driven. But they get away with some quarterback pressure. And I told you, if it was going to be a 50-50 ref call, they were going to go with Philadelphia because it definitely would have helped them marketing-wise for Philadelphia, Washington. That's what you got right back in this building in Pennsylvania. The Eagles and the Commanders. The first time these teams have met in 34 years. And the winner is going to go back to New Orleans for a trip to the Super Bowl. The Eagles went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago. The Commanders went to the Super Bowl back in 1992. But the third meeting between Philadelphia and Washington and someone across the Delaware River will win the National Football Conference. But the Eagles hang on. They win it 28-22 in the snow. And back in Lincoln Financial Field, we'll have another game between Philadelphia and Washington. What a game that will be in the NFC Championship game. The second playoff game that's interdivisional. We saw Baltimore-Pittsburgh. We will see Philadelphia-Washington Sunday afternoon. Philadelphia, Washington, Kansas City are in. Hopefully the Bills will join them. We'll see. You'll see it on the next stream coming in about, hopefully, 15, 20, 25 minutes. Good night, everybody. Happy football, everybody. And stay tuned for the next stream, Ravens, Bills.